In today's video, I will be presenting 5 amazing GTA5 RP servers, based on the RageMP and 5M platforms. These servers all have different strengths, but all of them will be a pleasant and very much a rounded experience. Although some can be nicer than others, especially for players who are looking for more in-depth features and interactions within the world. Some of these servers will have insane features such as a housing market, custom-made cars, in-depth social systems and so much more. But enough waffling for now, let's get into the top 5 list. On the number 1 spot we have Grand RP. Grand RP is a massive server that has thousands of players online, which is possible due to it being on the RageMP platform. This also means it has a really stable and lag-free server. The server already exists well over 4 years. Within this time, the owner and the team have developed a huge amount of features within the server, including custom scripts for jobs, custom cosmetics, activities, events, a very in-depth in-game economy and a wide range of cars. To get started in the server, you can click the link in the description down below, which will take you to the website where you can press the button Start Playing. If you have a licensed copy of GTA5, it is as easy as thinking of a name for your in-game character and filling in your email and making a password.
If you don't have a licensed copy of GTA5, you can often find sales on either Steam, Epic Games or the Rockstar launcher. Also, don't worry about what version of the game you download, as recently RageMP added support for the enhanced version, meaning you can play on either Legacy or Enhanced.
After this, you will be able to download the launcher, which will install super easy, and then you're ready to select the server and start playing. Once you have the server installed, make sure to head up to this person in the hotel and join my family, in-gamer family. Families allow for people to play together in a bunch of ways and also participates in the bustling and in-depth economy within the server. Especially for people who are looking for an in-depth experience, the server is great due to its large player base, in-depth economic and social systems, and its large array of items. But also for newer or more casual players, the server provides a bunch of activities. There are a bunch of jobs you can do right when you start out, such as electrician, farmer, food truck employee, or one of my go-tos, taxi driver. Talking about driving, the cars in the server are insane. There are multiple spots to get different cars. In Simeon's showroom, you can buy cars from other community members, often already equipped with upgrades such as engine, brakes, transmission, suspension, and things like drift tunes, for example. Secondly, there's also the car showroom, up here in Vinewood, where you can buy a range of cars, ranging from cheap starter cars all the way to the top of the line luxury cars. Once fully upgraded, the cars have some crazy performance. This can be done easily by one of the tuning shops where you can buy the parts, install them, and then you have crazy performance. You can also buy cars from the shop menu, which you can simply open by pressing M anywhere you want. Here there are a range of cars available for purchase with Grand Coins. If you sign up with my link, you will get a few Grand Coins you can spend in this shop. You can buy the cars I just showed you, or you can buy cases, which will have a chance to give you cars or cash rewards. So to conclude the number 1 spot, Grand RP, it is a massive server that has been one of the major players in the RP world for a couple of years already, which definitely shows an insane amount of content available. From cars to cosmetics, all the way to jobs and even economic systems like a fully functioning property, business and stock market. So if you're looking for a large, stable, immersive and fun server to join, look no further and just click the link in the description and sign up for Grand RP. And once you're in the server, don't forget to join the in-gamer family.
On our number 2 spot we have 17th Street RP.
The server is easy to join as there is no whitelist and you can easily find it on 5M. Once you join, the character customization looks really good and very refined. You start with some cash, which allows you to rent vehicles and also buy some beginner cars, which will help you get around. The server, however, is not super beginner friendly. A lot of the businesses are Discord based, so as you can see you have to join separate Discords for business information and jobs. Also, looking at cars has to go through this. They however have a nice selection of cars with normal GTA cars and custom cars for every budget. Furthermore, they also have a lot of custom assets, such as the Mile High Club, a custom Vinewood sign, and this beautiful interior of City Hall with courtroom, job application places and offices. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this server for beginners, but if you are very committed to RP, this server could just be the place for you.
For our number 3 spot we have City Life RP.
Once again a 5M server you can join without a whitelist. Once you join you have basic registration and character customization menus, which aren't super cool like the previous server, but they do their jobs. I especially like that you spawn in an apartment from the server, kinda giving you a bit more immersion. From here you can rent bicycles and make your way to the different jobs, events and shops in the server. The cars are actually quite cool in the server, with custom cars that stay true to the GTA style. There's also a dynamic criminal life with a bunch of different crimes and scenarios you can do and participate in. The best thing about the server is the love and attention they put in the custom environment, which is really well done. As you can see here, here and here. Also there are a good number of players online which make the map feel really alive.
In the 4th spot we have designer Gas Club Gaming.
GGC Gaming for short. This is a whitelisted 5M server. To get whitelist it's not incredibly hard, but you have to read the rules quite in depth. So it definitely attracts a little bit more of a serious player base and keeps out away some of the briefers or beginner players. The registration game is easy and there are a bunch of customization options for your character. Jobs are easy to find and there are a bunch of them for beginners and also more in-depth ones for longer term players. The server is quite car focused as it features multiple dedicated and even custom asset car dealerships, as you can see right here, with very interesting custom cars, very much inspired of real life cars but still having that GTA charm to them. If you want a serious roleplay server, this one is definitely a good one for you, especially if you're really into cars, custom assets, nice events and a great community. The server might be a little laggy at first, as 5M has to download a bunch of assets which slow down the game significantly. A problem which doesn't really happen in a RageMP server like GrandRP. Also the player count can be a bit overwhelming during the day and weekdays. However, overall this is a pretty decent server if you don't want to install RageMP, which is quite easy though.
For our number 5 spot we have Pimpin RP.
This server can easily be found on 5M and can be joined without a whitelist. Once you get in the server, they have this beautiful animation for registration, and also the character customization screen is pretty refined. Once you completed your character, you get a little starter kit which will keep you alive for a bit and gives you a good amount of cash to start with. Also, the vehicle rental is a lot more generous than a lot of other servers, giving you a supercar instead of the usual bicycle or moped. The car selection is also big, with a good amount of classes and cars with nice custom vehicles. Also the areas in the map have been given a nice makeover, with highlights like this newly added park really adding some flair to the server. There are also a lot of activities all across the map, which gives the server a professional look and feel. Overall the server is pretty solid and quite decent for beginners as well. However, at some points during the day the server can be a bit empty, especially compared to some of the other servers like GrandRP, which has a lot more players. Thank you for watching this video on the top 5 RP servers for GTA 5. In conclusion, each server has its strengths and weaknesses, but in the end you just have to try them and see which fits your playstyle best. If you ever don't want to try a bunch of servers, my recommendation is to go to GrandRP using my link in the description. Using this link you will get a great head start on the server and won't have to grind as much as in the other servers in this list.
Also GrandRP recently had a September update which introduced a lot of new systems like a police system rework, a prison system rework and a bunch of new items.
Also, don't forget to join my family for more perks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, like and leave a comment.